What is up, Pisces? How y'all doing, man? It is time for your July 2025 main monthly reading. July 2025 for Pisces. So I do have a special announcement. I'll make it really, really quick. But first, for those of you who are in need of a personal reading, check the description of the video. That's where you'll find everything you need to know. But the announcement is all week long, I'm running a 4th of July sale. Okay. The 4th of July sale is $5 off the weekly live readings. So $20 weekly live readings this week. Okay. So remember, you can pre-order a weekly live reading anytime throughout the week on my website. They're read in the order of which they come in every Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So every Saturday we go live and we read all the pre-orders that came in throughout the week. And then once we get done with those, that's when we start reading the ones that come in while we're live. So between now and July 5th, until the live stream ends, the weekly live readings are going to be $20. Remember, if you don't want to sit through the whole live stream waiting for your reading, just come back later. And the readings are time-stamped in the comments. If you don't want your name read publicly, there's a little section on my website there at checkout where you can enter whatever name you want to be referred to as. So let's say you want to be referred to as Gemini 420 and you're busy all day Saturday. If you order it now, you could just come back Saturday night or Sunday. Go to the comments and then look for Gemini 420, click it, it'll go straight to your reading. Super easy. But yeah, so this week they're $20. Also, don't forget about my new general readings, y'all. Them things are hot as shit, man. People are loving those things. Loving them. If you need a reading but you don't know what to ask or you don't have any questions, I got you on that, dude. You can just go to my website and pick a topic and I'll do the rest. All the information's in the description. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see what's happening with Pisces and the person they're interested in. Your love interest. The person that be taking up all that goddamn space in your head. In July. Anything good happening? Uh-oh. Empress reversed. Doesn't really look like y'all are finding stable footing. Not really. Ooh, Ace of Swords, though. So that's decent communication. Decent communication. A good, it's looking like a good new start is happening psychologically. It's looking like y'all are really getting to know each other really well. But there's some kind of blockage here. Some kind of blockage. And I don't know, it just doesn't really look like this person wants to put forth the work, energy, and effort to overcome whatever that blockage is. For some of you, it could be somebody at a distance, for example. You know, I always use that as a go-to example, but that's a perfect example. You know, we met, we're talking on social media or something, and there's a distance between the two of us. And we're just kind of letting that linger. Just kind of letting that linger. Nobody's even touching the subject of how we're going to close this distance. Just kind of letting it linger, you know? Because you meet somebody long distance, I'm going to tell you what right goddamn now. Somebody's going to have to leave their life behind. Somebody. Or possibly both of you. That's what me and my wife did. You know, we both uprooted, left our lives behind, and fucking started off living in hotels together. If you fucking dedicated, you fucking dedicated. We're going to do this shit. But if the person you're dealing with or talking to is whatever the blockage is. Or here's another example. Conflicting work schedules. That's a good one. You know, let's say you work first shift and they work second shift. So you getting off work and them going to work kind of blends together. And then by the time they get off work, you asleep. And so it's really hard to communicate and really hard to come together. Well, if we want to improve this situation, somebody's going to have to find a better job. Or maybe somebody at the workplace. But workplace romance is against company policy. You name it. There's some kind of blockage here. Maybe it's another person. Maybe a family member doesn't approve. Maybe there's a jealous ex that's hanging the kids over their fucking head. It could be anything. But whatever the blockage is here, it doesn't look like this person is trying to overcome that blockage right now. So it's looking like communication's good, but when it comes to finding stability, that ain't happening. Some of you dealing with a Leo, also have Virgo and Taurus here. But you know, it could be anybody. Those are just energies. All right, well, let's see how they feel about you and what their true intentions are. How's this person feel about Pisces? What are their true intentions? Are they trying to settle down and have something serious? Are they just fucking around and playing games? What's the dealio, Emilio? Page of Cups. Yeah, I mean, they got feelings for you. But here's the thing. The Page of Cups, which in this deck is the Princess of Cups, but it's the same thing. Page of Cups is immature. Let's just put it that way. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying that they are a bad person. They're just an immature person, you know? So, Three of Pentacles. Ooh, they're afraid. So whatever this blockage is, they're afraid that it would cause drama. So they don't really know exactly what they want. Not 100%. But, you know, they want to avoid drama. They want to avoid a tower moment. They don't want to put forth all this work, energy, and effort into coming together with somebody just for the universe to pull the rug in a couple of months, you know? Empress reversed again. So, yeah. Also, I think they're a little bit afraid of becoming emotionally invested in something, you know? They're not only afraid of things going wrong and then wasting their time, but they're afraid of getting hurt. So, yeah. Man, who ain't been hurt? Anybody in here ain't never been hurt before? Haven't we all? I'm not downplaying it. I'm not saying that anybody that's been hurt doesn't have valid feelings. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's your responsibility to heal from that, or don't fuck with nobody. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. I'm going to tell you what, I do so many readings for people dealing with somebody who still has trust issues from their last relationship. Well, then why the fuck are you getting in a goddamn relationship then? You know? Not the person that I'm reading for, but the person they're dealing with. You know? They have trust issues. You know, will they ever trust me? Why the... Don't get me started, man. All right, well, let's, I guess let's just get the advice on this. Let's get the advice. What is the best advice for my Pisces family to do? Well, 2 of Wands, okay. So you don't need to make a solid decision right now, but we need to be working towards that. I would say that the month of July needs to be dedicated to that decision being made. I'm not saying that, like, for example, let's say you're at a distance. I'm not saying that y'all should be, like, uprooting and coming together in the month of July, but we need to at least make a fucking plan. Or we at least need to be talking about it can we at least talk about it? Yo, so I live in New York and you live in Texas. What are we going to do about all that dirt between us? We're going to have to do something about it. Can we at least lay it on the table so that we can start discussing it? We can't just let that sit and linger. I'm going to tell you what right now. I'm going to tell you what right goddamn now. If you let it linger for 1 month and they're not putting forth any action to, solve this problem, it'll go on for 2 months. And it'll go on for 4 months. It'll go on for 8 months. I've done readings for people. It's not the most common thing in the world, but it's not uncommon to read for somebody who's been dealing with a long distance connection for 3 years. I've never, ever, ever in the history of my career seen a 3-year long distance connection end up coming together. I've never seen it. Not saying it can't happen, not saying it hasn't happened. I've just never seen it happen. Again, I know that not all of you are dealing with a long distance connection, but just take that and whatever the blockage is. Long distance, conflicting work schedules, jealous ass baby mama threatening to never let you see your kids again. Whatever the blockage is, we at least need to start talking about how we're going to overcome this shit. In the month of July. 1 month from today, which today is July 1st, by the time the clock strikes August, if you still aren't any more clear about where this connection is going than you were in July, then you might want to start thinking about whether or not you want to continue this at all. Okay? All right. Okay, let's see what's due to come in next for the singles. What's due to come in next for the single Pisces? And what's the next soul contract that's due to come in? There we go. That's it. Boo boop be doo. Okay. Communication. It'll probably be a communication-based connection. Okay. So this is definitely somebody I think that you have karma with from a previous lifetime. I think so. Could be somebody at a distance for some of you, but I don't have the distance card here, but I do have just mainly communication energy. And I can't imagine for the life of me why it would be mostly communication in the beginning unless there's a distance. I don't know, but it's going to start off kind of slow, I think. But it's going to be really intense. That's the thing. It may be completely accidental. Like you just get hit with this really strong feeling that you've known them from somewhere, or like you've known them your whole life, that soul recognition. Whenever you feel that, let me tell you what that is. You know that we plan our life before we get in here. We plan it. Now, whether or not we execute the plan successfully is a totally different story, but we plan it. That's the human game. In a nutshell, even though everybody's here playing a different sub-game, the big human game is let's make a plan and see if we can get it right. Because Earth is the only planet in the universe where when you get in here, you forget the plan. That's what makes it so exciting. That's why so many beings love coming back here. So you plan your life. And every once in a blue-green moon, for whatever reason, and deja vu works the exact same way. Your consciousness accidentally slips up into the 5th dimension. And you're witnessing past, present, and future at the same time. And that's when you get that feeling of, where the fuck do I know you from? Where have I met you? Before we were born, when we were planning this, that's where you met me. That's what you're it's a pre-birth memory is what it is. And again, deja vu is the same thing, where your consciousness accidentally slips out of the third dimension up into the fifth, where time and space are not what they are down here. So you're witnessing the forward arrow of time and the backward arrow of time simultaneously. That's what deja vu is. Anyway, I don't want to trail off. So you'll probably be hit with really, really, really strong sensations of, I've known you from somewhere, I'm having deja vu, I think y'all have some karma from a past life, but it's moving slow for some reason. I don't know why it's moving so slow, but I mean, I do think that this person is very guarded. Very guarded. Lots of unhealed heartbreak. So the emotional connection is a little bit rough, bumpy, and rocky in the beginning. Could be a Libra for some of you. Who else do I got here? Got Leo, Sagittarius. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see what their truest intentions are at the deepest level. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Next person coming in for Pisces. What are their intentions? Okay, Four of Pentacles reversed. Page of Wands reversed. King of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Well, I'm going to tell you what. This person definitely ain't trying to waste their time. They feel the exact same connection you feel. Oh, 100%. But this person is trying to operate with their logical mind, not their emotional mind. Because probably the last time they did something like that and made a decision based on their emotions, they got fucked up badly. So now, yeah, it may feel really intense, but I'm going to struggle to swim to the surface, pop my head above water, and get as much air as I can so I can think clearly. So I'm not making any stupid decisions here. They're just afraid of wasting their time. They don't have bad intentions. I don't think they're trying to play games with you, mislead you, blow smoke up your ass, string you along, nothing like that. But they do not want to waste their time. So their intentions look solid to me. They're not playing games. That doesn't mean that they're not doing bad things. That doesn't mean that their behavior is going to be perfect just because their intentions aren't bad. This person looks pretty fucking broken, to be honest with you. All right, let's see how it plays out for the first 60 days. How's it playing out for the first 60 days? Woohoo! Man, this is going to get intense as shit. Boy! It's going to get real strong. Yeah, by 60 days, by the 60-day mark, this will be very well established as something long-term. Like, ain't going to be no question in your mind. You'll know this is going to be long-term, and they know this is going to be long-term. And there will be no ambiguity with this person's feelings. If they're a little closed off in the beginning, that won't last long. Their guard will come down. They'll open up. It'll be all good. So this might take a turn for the better. Okay? Good dealio, Emilio. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Pisces when the next person comes in? Four of Wands. Advices for Pisces. Death card. So don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. See, when a new person comes into your life, let's assume that when somebody new comes into your life, we're going to do the damn thing and lay a foundation and build an empire. and a life partnership. That is the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end of life as you know it. The beginning of the end of who you are. For the better. I don't mean that to sound daunting. That's a good thing. In order for two people to lay a foundation and build a life partnership, both of y'all, not just you, not just them, not just the person who seems to have more problems, both of y'all, B-O-F-A, y'all, both of y'all are going to have to grow, bend, flex, mold, shift, and change so that the two of you can grow together. Both of y'all! That's a slow process. Don't be in such a hurry. Don't be one of these people who just wants the idea of a relationship. You know how many people come to me and they'll ask me, will I ever get married? Whoa. Hold up. Get married. Is getting married what you want? They didn't say anything about, will I ever attract a healthy relationship? They didn't say anything about, will I ever attract my divine life partner? They didn't say anything about, will I ever be in a happy relationship? They just said, will I be married? Like in their mind, all they're thinking about is the idea of being married. Walking down the aisle, saying I do. Happily ever after, that's all they're thinking about. Well, anybody can just be married. Any random Joe Blow or Jane Doe can come stick a ring on your finger and say I do. That doesn't mean shit. You know? Don't be in a hurry. Allow for the growth and the evolution process to happen between the two of you. You focus on working on you. Let them work on them on their terms. You work on you on your terms. And then it's good. Y'all could build a serious life partnership. Absolutely. 100%. All right. Shifting gears time again. Past person. Person from the past. Let's see what's happening, man. Between Pisces and a person from the past. If you ain't here inquiring about somebody from the past, this is not for you. What's happening in July between Pisces and their ex? Past person. Five of Cups reversed. Ooh, and the Death card upright. Uh-oh, Devil card. Ah, okay. Oh, skirt. Five of Wands. Something. There's a couple of missing puzzle pieces here, but something is happening. Something is happening that is letting you see this person for who they really are. For some of you, honestly, it kind of feels like there is going to be a reconnection. I feel like there's going to be a brief reconnection, you know, and it's not going to be a pretty experience at all. And the light's going to flip on. Now I see. Now it makes sense. Now I see you for who you really are. I see our relationship for what it really was. Whoa. Boom, you'll be over it instantly. It doesn't have to be something that happens with you. Like maybe for some of you, you just hear about something happening through the grapevine, you know? Whatever it is, though, something is happening. And it feels like it's going to be like a very instant process. like the light flips on for some reason, and you're like, oh, whoa, where'd it go? Five of Cups reversed. Oh, whoa. That's who you are, isn't it? That's who you are? Completely step back, release it, move on from it, and it'll be much easier than you thought. Okay. Some of you dealing with a Capricorn. Could be a fellow Pisces for some of you, but I feel like that's your energy. I also have an Aries, Taurus, and Scorpio here. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see how they feel about you and what their intentions really are. How does this person feel about Pisces? What are their true intentions? Two of Cups reversed. Page of Cups reversed. Temperance reversed. Queen of Cups reversed. You know what this feels like? This feels like somebody that, it's almost like they're an opportunist. You know, whether or not I want you depends on whether or not I need you. If I'm in a position in life for whatever reason where being with you would benefit me for some reason, then I want you. But if you're of no benefit to me, I don't need you. You know, like let's say, for example, I don't know. I don't have a car and I need transportation. Well, then I want you because you got a car. But, you know, the minute I get access to a car, whether my mom lets me borrow her car, or I finally meet somebody that has a car, or I become friends with somebody that has a car, I don't need you no more, you know? Silly example, but that's the energy that this feels like. This person goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between whether or not they want to be with you. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I think it depends on, you know, their own selfish little needs and desires. That's what this feels like. When it benefits them, they want you. When it wouldn't benefit them, they don't. All right. Well, let's grab the advice. I feel called to just look straight at the advice on this. What's the advice? Advices for Pisces. What's the advice? Hangman reverse. Don't wait around and put your life on hold to look, listen. Hang on, let me get the rest of the spread out. I want to make sure I know where this is going before I go on a tangent. Eight of Swords reversed. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. So, and this is across the board. Take this with you on your journey. You should never, ever find yourself trying to prove your value to anyone. Ever. You should never, ever find yourself trying to make someone see you a certain way or feel a certain way about you. Look, this is a lesson that everybody has to learn at some point in life. Most people honestly learn it later than sooner. People are going to see you the way they want to see you. Period. I remember several years ago when my kids were little bitty kids, my daughter came up to me and she was crying because somebody didn't like her. And she was saying, I don't know how to make them like me. I said, baby, you ain't gonna make anybody like you, ever. And I said this, I said, can you tell me one person that you don't like? You just don't like them. So she rattled off some name. I said, could that person do anything to make you like them? She said, no. I said, exactly. People see you the way they want to see you. Period. End of discussion, end of story. A person has to want to see the good in you to see the good in you. If they don't want to like you, if they don't want to see the good in you, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what actions you take. They're going to do anything they can to bend you, twist you, and cram you into the box they want you in. Especially if you want to build a life partnership with somebody. Be you. Now, I'm not implying that everybody is a perfect little angel. Absolutely work towards becoming the best version of yourself that you can, okay? All right? Because a lot of people will kind of take that a little too far. Oh, I'm just being me. Okay, well, you're being you, but the you that you're being has a lot of problems that need work. I mean, if you want to be you, cool. But being you also involves taking responsibility for the issues and the challenges and the problems that you need to work on. That goes into it. That's a part of it. But be you. Be 100% authentically you. Because I got news for you. You're never going to make everybody see you a certain way. Ever. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. I don't know where we got this idea that it's possible to make everybody like you. It doesn't matter what you do. Some people will like you, some people will hate you. If you're the fakest fucking brown nose ass wiping person on the planet, some people will like you, some people will hate you. If you're completely, genuinely authentic, some people will like you, some people will hate you. And so at the end of the day, being fake and trying to be likable, all that does is attract the wrong people. Because what if you spend your whole life being fake? You got a big old circle of friends. You don't know if they would even like the real you. So that's not even a genuine friendship. You know? But when you're being authentic, that's how you know that your people are your people. Now, again, take accountability. Take accountability. Absolutely work on your own problems for you, not for anybody else, for you. But be you. If you are 100% authentically you, and somebody don't like it, ain't nothing you can do about it. Leave it. Leave it. If you don't accept me for who I am, if you demand that I change, you ain't my person. Now, again, none of us are innocent little angels. We all have shit we need to work on. So that's what I look at in a person. You know, first of all, whether you're being authentic. Second of all, the more authentic you are, the more you're going to expose your flaws as well. But are you working towards those flaws? Are you conscientious? I can be patient with that. I can be patient with that. If I see you're being pure and authentic, but I can see that you acknowledge your flaws and you work on them, and I can see you working on them, I got you. So when it comes to somebody who you've already tried to show your value from the past, and they still ain't trying to see it, you've already seen what I have to offer and what I bring to the table, and you still think you're going to go find better somewhere? Go find it then. Go find it, respectfully. Just take that blanket and throw that over any situation you find yourself in. It hasn't failed me. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Pisces family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. And don't forget, this week is our 4th of July sale. The 4th of July sale this week is $20 weekly live readings. So they're $5 off this week. Remember, you can pre-order a weekly live reading anytime throughout the week. We go live every Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And first, we read the readings that came in throughout the week in the order of which they come in. So they're going to be $5 off. If you don't have time to wait through the whole live stream, no big deal. Just come back later. Your reading will be pinned in the comments. If you don't want your name read publicly, I got you. There's a little place on my website where you can enter the name you want to be referred to as. So, yeah, from now, July 1st, until the end of the night, July 5th, when the live stream ends, they're $20. And then they go back to regular price after that. All right. Also, don't forget to check out them new general personal readings I'm doing. Them things are hot as hell right now. People are loving those things, dude. So that's not a limited time thing, though. That's going to be on there permanently. So, all right, y'all, I'm out of here. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.